this show on the road. Boom, boom. All right. These headphones are kind of magic. They were at like 30% when I turned them on. Plugged them in for a couple minutes, and they're almost at 100. They're at like 70% already. So, but you guys don't care about the headphones. Thanks. Hey, Zeroth Maxima and Cinderin. Thanks for coming by. So last week I played, I think, almost exclusively runners, because genuinely I enjoy the runner side way more than the corp side. I feel like I just have so much more things I can do, and I have a lot of choices to make. And corp, I often feel like there's just a best play with a given hand. But oh, I haven't logged in on this in a hot second apparently. But this week we must make amends. And obviously there are lots of choices you make a corp side, otherwise the game wouldn't be any good. But I often just, I don't know, feel a little constrained. Or I only want to play one thing, and right now that one thing is op. Hey, Wentagon. Thanks for coming by. What? Oh, it's the wrong one. There we are. You're gonna make a sick new corp? I don't know. It's part of it. This is like, oh, I just want to talk about op, but I think I'm gonna try and do that in the new year. I'm gonna have a bit of a round table on. Ooh, maybe turn the music up a bit too much there. I want to do some actual deep dives on op. So, let's think. I also, like, there's a part of me that's like, Agon Fusion Glacier, yeah. I mean, probably it's a thing we can make happen, right? I play solo Jinteki. Okay. Okay. So what's the idea that we're going to go for? Bacterial is cracked. Is probably my starting point. So that's a good place to start. And then probably want Off-World Office because our money is no good. Thanos, we're not... Yeah, Anansi and a teeny as well, you think? Is a teeny that good? We're trying to build Glacier Agon Fusion. So I'm trying to figure out what that deck actually looks like. I almost want to just go back to, like... Let's just try and do real old school shit with Nisei Mark II. I do think you splash like 2 to 3x brand unironically. We'll go with this agenda suite for now, and you can optimize it a little bit more. We'll do that towards the end, I think. Let's just start with 2 brand. Maybe actually 3 is correct. Because like 3 brand is just really good. I think Vampire Nessa continues to impress. And now we need to like make the rest of our ice suite affordable, he says, putting in Anansi's. Okay, I have a question about Karuna. Can you play this card? It's probably a little too polite to play it. We're going to want at least 2 Thimble Rigs. We're going to want 3 Tarubolas. We probably want some Seamless Launches. Some Spin Doctors, maybe. Kanjin to make people mad. Lacosta better than Seamless. It could be. I think... I feel like Lacosta fits better with Sadaka. Yeah. I mean, this makes actually... Sadaka makes a lot of decks sad right now, doesn't it? Like, all of the Arasana players that cut Slap Vandal feel Sadaka. It gets the twinning, and it gets DJ Steve. Hey, Jai. Morning. I'm being talked into building a deck I'm going to have very little fun playing, but that's where I'm going. Okay, can we play Swordsman? Yeah, I know. I'm a little bit... Jai, I should have been a little bit more on top of my game and eating dinner as Andre was going to the end of his thing, so he could do an actual throw to me. Yeah, buy vaults with Lacosta, put a ganked in. I wish we could play a Swordsman, like just to dunk on all the people playing Audrey. But I think actually just playing Tomb of Iris seems good. A 6/5 does 3 net. I guess the question is... Oh yeah, Regalith for sure. That's a good point. Yes, Regalith. And I think we do want Rashida as well. I don't think we're playing NGO front because we're playing sort of a never advanced deck here. I wonder if I want like a simulation reset or something to get out of weird hands. Yeah, Thanos, the NGO front... You'd rather be on Sam here over Bacterial? What if we put in a single... What if we put in, like, cut a Seamless and put in 2 your Digital Life? Like, my thinking is Bacterial is actually just more tempo in a lot of situations. But... I mean, we could do 2 Send a Message, 1 Longevity Serum. What's the card? My goodness, Send a Message. Okay, 7 more cards, 2 more Influence. And we could think about cutting a Seamless Launch, but I think it's quite good. Anoetic does make sense here. Part of the reason I would almost like a Bacterial is Anoetic is like... Or Bacterial is just a very good draw. It seems like a very obvious Lacosta deck. Yeah, maybe it is. Like, so it's like, okay, if we're going to do Lacosta, I would cut at least 1 Seamless. Lacosta Grid, Biovault, and now we've got 2 Influence, and probably does mean we want at least 2 NGO fronts. We probably don't need 3, actually we probably do need 3 Regalith mining licenses. Oh, Magnet's a very good shout here. Okay. We have 50 cards. That's a little bit too many. Probably we don't need 3 Vampiranassas. Just primed for Ivic value. Yeah. I mean, the Conjun I also think is a little bit suspect, but I guess it's the cheapest way to get stuff on every server. I feel like I want a good econ card, which is probably Hansei Review. What am I missing that's going to be good to splash ice? Like, can I just play Ablative? That seems bad. Do I cut the seamless launches entirely into like a daily quest? Ablative seems sick. I'm not sure why. Because I can't install it in the remote, so this ends up being Essentials only ice. Oh, a Regalith back. Oh. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's go down to 2 Lacostas here. 11 assets does seem like a lot. To me, it's the NGO fronts that I'm the least happy about here. A lot of my stuff is just install, not advance. We're also at 13, 18 ice. Gyroscopic, I think it's a little greedy to me considering how high people are on Lou trash all of your shit. If this deck turns out to have a great Lou matchup, then I would immediately start shaving them. But my sense is that that's not going to be a matchup that we're having the best time in right now. Probably what I want to do here is like some Hansei reviews. Just to make a little bit more money consistently. Oh, Tucana sounds like fun though. Fuck. Okay, so can I make the deck much worse but put 2 copies of Tucana in it? Like, this deck is objectively much worse. Throw Seisenton. $18 ice is too much ice. What on earth is Tucana doing? It's getting me a Thimble Rig out of the deck for free. It's getting Kanjin and Sadaka on Centrals. Like, getting a Seisenton res for 2 credits on a Central feels okay. Okay, I'm going to save this version, which is Tucana Agon Fusion. And then we're going to duplicate this and make the Tucana Tatubola is goated in Ob. It's got to be good here too. Sensible Ag Glacier. Yeah, that's true. You're right. The Kanjin doesn't actually have that many targets. I'll make that cut in the other version as well. Okay. Seamless launch. Wow, that deck is just like better. I guess the argument might be that you can, yeah. Well, we'll cut the Kanjin. 4, 10, 8, 17. We'll just go up to a 3rd Hansei review here. Hey, Andre. I should have timed this a little bit better so I could have gone live as you were finishing out, but I enjoyed the bits of your stream I was able to catch. Props to you for going for 6 hours. My voice has been shot after like the 2-hour sessions I've been doing, so props to you. Okay, this is it's a bird. It's a brand. It's Agon Fusion. Okay. Could Vovo make sense? Wow. That's wild. Especially considering how many more days I missed. Which makes me think you might be lying, but thanks for coming by, Phil. All right. Oh yeah, maybe go down to 2 brands and stuff. Yeah, that'd be an interesting idea. So you cut a brand. Maybe you cut a spin doctor. Or no, you cut a brand and a magnet, I guess, and get 2 seamless launches. That's probably reasonable. Find 1 more ice and make 1 other cut. I'm kind of curious if like simulation reset can just be an agenda. I feel like though, or can just like replace a spin doctor, but I think being card positive is important for you. Because you're kind of not that card positive here. Yeah, this should be interesting. Oh, you know what? Maybe what we'll do after this is we'll play Tucana PD. Legitimately one of my favorite decks from playtesting. I was like, when I was playing it, I was like, oh, this deck isn't great, but it's like good enough to be like, oh, I'm testing a new card, and then getting a sense of how good other people's cards were. So, yeah. Let's see. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. There's a Tucana Asa as a trip. Oh yeah, that would be a ton of fun too. Yeah. Not Tucana ganked Ansel. That's a forbidden Andre juice. But just give me the value Asa Tucana triggers. At some point, yeah, 2 spin, 2 sim reset did perfectly fine in my punitive ag, but I'd still default to spin. Yeah, that makes sense, Augustus. Almost like Ganked announced has been a win con in the past. Yeah, it is. I think Ganked is one of my cards where I'm like, I don't think this card should exist. I don't like the way it works with the rules. So I'm just not going to play it that much. It's also one of those cards where it's like, yeah, there's a couple lines your opponent should play around, and like the really good players will, and it's then just kind of sad. So also like the weird interactions where it can trash itself from R&D or HQ, I think it's just very, very silly. Like I'm just not a big fan of Ganked. Oh, this would be a tricky one for us. This seems like a pretty bad hand. I think my favorite Ravana Ganked was someone figuring out that their opponent ran click 4 on a upgraded R&D, and of course it was Ravana Ganked on a Raindrops Cut Stone run. And so the Corp realized they could make the runner draw their entire deck on turn 1 with like maybe a click left or something. Which, you know, does not go well here. Okay, so we are seeing why Hansei Review is awkward here. Draw. Okay, Thimble Rig is very good here. So I think it's going to be install Tatubola on HQ. And then we're just going to Hansei Review the other Tatubola. Alright, Dr. Nuka comes out. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. Okay, I should probably zoom in a little bit. I don't need to be a million miles away here. Okay. Do I just go... New remote, server 1, server 1. I can't score if they make me res both ice, but I might even let this cook and like throw the Tucana in and click for credits. Oh yeah, single icing Tucana also makes sense because like I'm actually putting myself at higher risk in multiple ways here. So it's probably not ideal, this line. I'm going to draw one so I can let HQ potentially ride. Then we'll install on server 1 and we'll click for a credit. Yeah, no Tato Bucks, and like my hand is very trashable and stealable here. Though maybe I don't mind losing the send a message so much. Hey, that's no one. Yeah, give me a second. So the deck list, this is literally, we built a good sensible Agon Fusion Glacier, and then someone said let's put Tucana in Agon Fusion, and I said yes please, and so that's what we're doing instead. Alright, well, Corroder Revolver and SMC, not looking good for me here. 7 credits, I'm probably okay. Aeneas Informant, sick. Okay, so we're gonna go advance, then we're gonna res this, then we're gonna score. I'm gonna use Longevity Serum first. We're gonna trash the send a message. So I don't really want to try and score it right now. So I could just actually put a Nancy on R&D, but I think that's a little expensive. I think Slicenton on R&D does much the same thing because of the revolver. Though I guess Dow is going to swap that now. Probably for the Tatu Bola, if I'm gonna make my guess. Oh, for the brand. Okay. Yeah, the brand's the ice I wanted to save. Oh yeah, I forget that brand's first subroutine is really, really good with Agon Fusion. Yeah, so it does make sense to unironically run 3, probably. Well, let me get away with quite a bit here, which is good. Because my hand's actually garbage. Double Aeneas Informant is tricky. This is starting to remind me a little bit of some of the builds I've been playing in Shaper. If we're going for big conduit digs. I could think about that turn, like maybe I want to get the Lacosta down, but I think at some point I'm just going to have like Lacosta and a card. But the biggest problem being that this remote is actually paper thin right now. And Aeneas will farm money off of it. So I'm definitely in a little bit of danger. Maybe I just want to bait the run with like a virus install. So I can get the Thimble Rig rezzed. That's probably what I can do. So I can then switch cards back the way I need them. Joyride. Joyride. Easy answer. Joyride is my... Honestly, it's such a sick card. Maybe I'll try and build a Joyride deck later tonight. It's just so much fun. Draw 5 is like just a magical effect. Maybe I'll try building Ghost Tongue Shaper so that we can play Joyride. Hey Jason, thanks for coming by. Yeah, I'm glad you're a Joyride fan. Be a real shame if you weren't. We paid a lot for this, for this buy advance trigger. But hey, it's a prepaid voice pad. That's sick. Yeah, maybe, yeah, it's like, maybe I should just try All-In Joyride Slap Vandal, like Poison Vial Arsana. Like, that just sounds fun, right? Okay, do I put 2 cards in the remote here to try and bait a run? Or, because like on 3 credits, I'm not actually threatening anything, right? I feel like maybe what I do, you know, let's just put 1 card in and click for 2 credits. This doesn't look super convincing, but... well, I have some decent plays here. So it's like they run the thimble, I res the thimble, they go and pop it, I swap it with the brand, then I use the Tacho Boiler to bounce them into Saisentan. Maybe I was supposed to try and score. Ajay, I can't really answer that, I think. I do know the answer, but I can't really talk about it. I'll see if I can get permission for that, but... Alright, here comes Euler. Ooh, Euler's very nice here. I'm so glad that Euler's seen a little bit of play. It's one of my other favorite cards, but it sees a little bit more play than Joyride. Okay, so we do Bran. And then... approach the ice. And is this where... okay. Now I put you to R&D. Let's name event. And so now this is going to cost 2 credits and 3 shots in the revolver, probably. Which seems like a good exchange for me. I got the brand back the place I need. So if this is an ice on top... Q-Shook incoming. Oh, yeah, that would be a good reason to play Corroder, wouldn't it? Yeah, we're on 5 for Q-Shook. That makes some sense. Don't 1 and 3 me, please. Even though you'd be within your rights to. Yeah, sure, we'll purge virus counters. You'll probably show me that you accessed a virus rather than trash it, because I don't think it's going to do anything against this deck. Yeah, running HQ does make a lot of sense here. Well, I can't really swap it. I guess I could swap it with the Saisentan. Yeah, that's what I was supposed to do now that I think about it some more. Because I know R&D is safe, so I should be swapping. Yeah, this is bad for me. I misplayed this a little bit. Yeah, so you're going to show me probably the Lacosta and then trash the Tucana. Oh no, you're just going to show me both of them. Make 4 credits on a free run. Seems okay. No. Ooh, Vampira Nasa. Great. Draw. Draw. Install Regolith in Server 1. Opponent can go in at some cost, then make a lot of money, and then undo the cost probably. Yeah, so the difference of me swapping the correct thing here makes a big deal. Oh, that's a good point, yeah. Oof. Really punished here, too. Yeah, good call, Hank. I probably did need to put the Vampy out. Yep, here comes the Q-Shook, so I probably just lose here. Yep, GG. Yeah, okay. Well, we made some mistakes there, but I don't think too many of them were super meaningful. Or no, okay. Not swapping the Seisenton onto HQ when I knew the top of R&D was safe was a huge, huge mistake. And probably the biggest one there. Tucana was also just... not super impactful here. And I suspect that's going to be the problem anyway. Regardless of how we do this. But... we'll do one. We'll do another one with this deck, then we'll maybe do the future one. Tucana Sam seems like a bit of a nombo. If all of my ice is rezzed, then yes, but I think otherwise probably not. Hello, Alex. Hey, Cold Lava, by the way, and Teachling. All the Shaper players today. This is probably a keepable hand, though. I really do want to get back into making like regular content, but it's just kind of hard. You can do something you can't afford, then res it with Sam, right? I believe so. Oh, that's not a hedge fund. Wow. We'll do Thimble HQ, Seisenton R&D. Next turn is going to be Magnet, Regalith, draw a card, something like that. Oh, Alex, was that your lat deck? Very cool. Oh, Tudor and Archer, res for free. I think you are allowed to decline costs. Okay, let's draw a card first. Okay. It might be a legit play. But I'm not 100% on that. Oh, okay, that's interesting. What do I even name here? I'll name resources. That doesn't even really matter. Roll a d6. We'll spend 1. Okay. We'll just res this, and we will take... Basically, well... Actually, no, this is what... Is this 1 credit better than Regalith Mining License? No, it's the same. Though being fractionalized is a huge benefit. Wowerlock played Tucana, Archer, BTL, and Italian Nats. Oh, Wowerlock has the coolest Eternal deck right now. And I don't know if I'm supposed to keep it secret or not. But it's so sick. Yeah, it's the off-the-grid one. Do you have the list, Jai? Like, I would almost love to do like a demo game of Eternal where we can like surprise the chat with it. Wow, okay. We'll name resource again. Okay, it looks like I need to get a second piece of ice on there pretty quick. Oh, using Fencer to pay. Interesting. Oof. Okay. D, what's the card you've never seen before? Kangamato? Kangamato? Off the grid? Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, so do I need to draw here? Or just install the second piece of ice? Draw, okay. Install this on R&D and I'll install this in server 1. I'm gonna get Mind's Eye for a couple cards here. It's not Triesta. Okay, I'll just res this Thimble Rig. Paying 1 on the Fencers. Truly chef's kiss. Okay, so we're gonna go La Costa server 1, Offworld server 1, Vampire Nasa server 1. Let me go see if we'll check the off the grid R plus list. Now, is a theme deck. I mean, so Mind's Eye is an Akiko Nisei special. I could see there being a Daig in this list, pretty plausibly, honestly. Okay, we'll do Offworld Office. Should I just put a Bran on R&D? I feel like a Bran on R&D is probably the most annoying thing here. I paid like 5 for it. Nice. Got it in 1. I don't need 2 Regoliths, 1 Hedge Fund. Should be enough. Okay, we'll have to go and check it. Oh my good. Wow, this is sure a list. So we're gonna see 1, 2. We're gonna see 3 more cards off of R&D here. Yeah, the Beatrice actually makes quite a bit of sense. You think they might be playing Iru? Yeah, that does seem plausible. Draw. Hansei a hedge fund. And we'll put the magnet on archives. We'll be sensible here. Andre was playing this Akiko earlier. Oh, is this one of the QTM lists? Oh, okay, no, he was just playing. Was he playing this earlier today? I missed it. Hey, Code Marv. I saw you were streaming earlier. I think, unfortunately, you chose the day that Andre was streaming all day, which I'm sure made your stream a little quieter than you would have liked. But I was so glad to see you dip your toes back in for a bit. Oh, sick. Well, I'll be trying to stop by a little more often then. I wasn't aware it was every day this week. That's cool. Throw a deer on the bar. Yeah, where's our Aesops, right? Sell this empty Nyasha. Let's just get more engines going. There probably is stuff that actually gets the runner in here. I think my theory is that, like, oh, Tucana, I don't mind quite as much if the runner does get in. Fencer on 5. Double ice on those centrals. Big old middle finger here, I guess. I haven't tried Bridgman's Reboot Aesop's Lat. Color me a bit skeptical on it, but I'm sure it is quite fun. Yeah, the problem with Beatrice now is I can just Agon Fusion. I think this is going to be a Jeff Scores for Agendas game. What is my runner of choice right now? Arasana. Not necessarily because she's the strongest in the meta, but just because she's my favorite. Do I just go and put the Sadaka on HQ here? It seems kind of mean, but like this burns on Kangamato. And then I still get to boop into the brand, and then maybe even reinstall the Sadaka. Seems not bad. But yeah, Arasana is by far my favorite. There's also probably a benefit right now in such a rock, paper, scissors right now. Just play a runner you're good at and hope the runner aligns around that. I'm assuming you hope the meta aligns around that. Yeah, I think it's like unfortunate for me, in that I don't think Arsenal is that well positioned unless everyone decides to suddenly switch to Sokka's belt to last. No, I haven't, Chris. I have been playing some more Aeneas Informant Arasana, which to me seems like the more consistent idea along the same theme. But Mining Axe and Arasana is good. Arasana isn't the best position, but you are best positioned in an Arasana meta. I mean, I would like to think I'm the best positioned in an Arasana meta. I think some other players can plausibly take a shot at that, X-Track in particular. And honestly, like, Lost Geeks Arasana listed quite well. Yeah, Code Marvels. I'll talk about the Arasana build I've been playing, and probably would be playing something like it at the Circuit Breaker Invitational. But basically the idea is it's continuing to evolve sort of on the idea that I've been playing the same thing, which is sort of, I'm going to call it almost what seems like the design intent Arasana list, which I think is actually amusing considering how late all these pieces kind of came together in play testing. But the like urban art vernissage Cubon kind of engine deck that uses Lilypad and environmental testing. Yeah, honestly, the number of Lu popping up might drive R+ down, which is good for Arasana. Yeah, I think, like, everyone, like, I have this weird thing where, like, everyone tells me, oh, this matchup is favored. Like, the decks I like to play, like Arasana and Op, have certain really bad matchups. And when I think about the decks and think about how I play them, I go, I don't understand how this is actually a bad matchup. You know, one of these I still have to kind of prove, right? So the one people always tell me that Op has like a bunch of bad matchups that I just don't think it actually does. For example, like Crim, just people will usually say like, oh yeah, Sable is very favored into Op, and like the broad data does suggest that. My personal experience is like that matchup should not be favored at all. Yeah, and Jason, that's the other thing. I think I haven't played Arasana that much into this iteration of R+, which is much better. I know at Cascadia, with the much weaker version of R+, like, it was one of the easiest matchups for the deck, because... Isn't it only one counter? Oh, it's 3. Wow. I feel like a 1x Crisium. Yeah, a 1x Crisium isn't something it's not something I felt is necessary, but it's definitely something you could do for sure. One counter would mean FFG gave Shapers a good console. FFG gave Shapers one of the best consoles of all time. Let's... Yeah, Astrolabe is the console I'm thinking of. It is the GOAT Shaper console as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so I guess I will just install the Vampira Nasa behind this brand. Then maybe I'll swap the Thimble Rig around and start moving stuff. Yeah, Astrolabe was better than Boat, changed my mind. It's a little bit difficult for me to go that far, but genuinely, I kind of think that's true. Like, if you look at the consoles I'm including in Eternal, it's not Endurance. Astrolabe was sick as heck. Okay, let's now get a Vampira Nasa on HQ. Dropping an Astro for 0 credits with Kate never felt bad. Dropping it for like 1 credit along with a clone chip and Haley was like a whole, like, just an amazing feeling. Smoke with Astro and 3 Temujin. Smoke with 3 Temujin. That was the deck that got me into playing like competitive Netrunner. Legitimately, that was the deck. That, like, Temujin was the card that got me from just playing weird ass janky shit into playing like competitive shit, because Temujin was such a broken card. Not so much. Oh, there's our send a message. Okay, great. Now let's get some more ice on server 1. I guess with Nisei Mark II, Magnet Thimble Rig, I don't really need a lot of this stuff, but... Mantles and Twinning was a fun time. Yeah, you know, it's like, Smoke was definitely one of those decks that, like, I got a lot of enjoyment out of, but I'm kind of glad I grew out of just playing Smoke. Says the guy who would still be playing Haley if it was legal, I think. Rigging up a poison vial. That's some sick tech. Are we gonna just jailbreak through the Vampira NASA? That's actually kind of sick. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can also just poison vial our way through it. Top cards of R&D are Tucana, Anansi, Offworld Office. What is this? Either arrange or shuffle. We'll arrange to go Offworld, Tucana, Anansi. We will decline to draw a card. We will trash Lacosta, trash Beatrice. It doesn't actually matter here, but let's just do this. What was Orange Haley Code Marvelous? I don't remember what that deck was. Alright, 4 agendas it is, for 9 points. Okay, so this is what I've been playing a lot of lately, and I think there's still room to tweak this. Pitchfork with the neutral card that if you guess the top card, you got money or draw. Okay, so it was an Oracle May Pitchfork deck. And triple crowdfunding, so you would just name resource and mill the top of your deck. And Aesop's. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So this is the deck, and so if I'm going to break this out, like this has a couple of components. So we've got sort of the engine pieces. Which is Lilypad, Urban Art Vernissage, and then Cubon Pichasau. Like, these are sort of like your engine pieces, with the idea being that you, at some point in the mid-game, you're going to find all of these pieces, and that's going to kind of propel you forward. Eventually, like, the way you're looking to win is you typically going for a conduit dig, with stuff like Aeneas Informant, Cubon, affording you those pushes. And so then it's like, you know, our end game is not like, it's a mix of this classic Shaper remote camp, and then you like you set up a little bit, remote camp when you can, and then swap over. Oh wow, I actually don't have for all my shit talk about not including Slap Vandal earlier, this list is missing its Slap Vandal. Especially actually if I'm anticipating an R+ meta, Slap Vandal is quite good, so I don't know where that went, but I don't think this actually, is this what I'm playing? I thought I was on, I know why this is on wheels rather than bones, but I'm currently on Camp Shaper Doesn't Need Clot. I think if you want to, so I am basically always going to put Clot in my Shaper list because I respect op players, because I'm one of them, I guess. I think you could cut it pretty reasonably. Like, a lot of people have been having a lot of success in Shaper by cutting Clot. I think you have a very tough matchup against Ob if you do, because Ob can get to 5 points before you can lock them out, and the threat of Clot only kind of works when you're playing in Swiss. And like, the Ob lists often can afford to gut check you. Yeah, I know that's a play you can do. I've done that play to a bunch of people, being like, I've even interrupted people going, hold on, let me think for a second, when I don't have Clot in the list. If Outfit comes back, you need Clot. I think if people start playing Op, which I think is one of the better decks into Lu, you'll want the Clot. So, yes, you can cut it, and if you expect an all R+ meta, you should be fine. You're right, Chris. Ika as the only killer isn't right, because the other killer you're supposed to have is a Slap Vandal. That's what this list is supposed to be, and let me just find what the cut is. Not immediately sure. It might be the Sure Gamble. Like, I think you can genuinely play the deck like this. Ika as the only killer is completely fine, though. Op is favored into Lu? Yeah, because Op should be playing at least one Magnet and at least 2 Maviruses. Deep Dive is also a possible cut here. The argument I've seen against Deep Dive is, like, Conduit is good against particular decks. So Conduit is kind of... It's often how you win against some of the mid-range rush decks, is you, like, at some point in the mid-game can pop off with a Conduit on R&D. Against, like, something like PD, you sometimes need to be able to just, like, blitz open a game. But, to be honest, it's a little bit of a holdover for me playing, like, a Deep Dive as the only win condition. You probably do need Deep Dive versus R+, but 1x is a hard sell. Yeah, I could see why you should be saying, oh, it's 2x or 0x. I think the reason I'm not as... It doesn't bother me as much is because we're playing 2 win conditions. We have Deep Dive and Conduit. And yeah, Deep Dive help... Yeah, against the H Ice install pattern, you really want Deep Dive. Against the corps that can't afford to do that, like, Conduit is how you blow open a mid-game. Because this deck doesn't just ramp up in power, it spikes in power and then falls down a little bit relative to the strength of Corpse, typically. Because I very intentionally don't have 7 MU in this list. I very intentionally only have 6 MU in this list. And so Conduit is, I need to recognize when I'm spiking, exploit the spike, and win off of that spike. And if you don't do that, this list is bad. Or, sorry, not this list is bad, but Conduit isn't going to do good stuff for you. And, like, Deep Dive is a little bit better as a late-game kind of insurance card, and against that kind of typical corp, I'm going to install 3 ice on R&D, 3 ice on the remote, and 0 to 1 ice on HQ. Because most 3 ice rigs, you're not going to just walk through for cheap. But yeah. 1x Ika, though, is completely fine in the current meta, at least as far as I've played. You can play a Mimic if you... like, the other permutation of this, like, you can play around with slots. You could cut a Hush for a Mimic. That's totally fine, too. I personally like the 2x Hush, but... like, this is the, like, you have to optimize for what meta you're expecting. If you're expecting HB, yeah, you cut a Hush for a Mimic. And then you just, like, waltz along your way. But most Corp decks, like... Hold on. Let me go and see if this is right. Here's my hunch. What's up with this Corroder? Oh, this might actually be an old version of the deck. Oh, yeah, well, this is just a bad version of the deck. Was this what I was playing at the CO? No, this is different still. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to be like, oh, this is absolutely definitive. Corroder could definitely be. My thinking is that there's not that many ice I care about that's different, but it probably should just be a Cleaver. I think it's I'm going to save a credit because most of the time Cleaver is only going to save me at most 3 credits a game. And Bran is annoying as hell for this list, so Corroder's slightly better than Cleaver there. go. Let's just go and find where was our last big event. A lot of small events. Italian Nationals. Sure, we can go with Italian Nationals. So like, this is gonna. So like, we look at RH and ill-fitting mustache. This is gonna have 6 sentries. That's like a bad case for us, right? And because now they can trash a sentry and do it. So that's one deck in the meta that can do that. This deck cannot do that, right? They're not going to be able to trash enough things. Yeah, I've also been pretty high on Gauss as well, Jason. It really is the having to break a brand on a turn I don't install Gauss is so bad that I can't. It's very hard for me to play. How is Ari into Spike as Mari? I haven't played the matchup a bunch. It seemed absolutely fine to me. I mean, Wraparound would be a reason to play Slap Vandal. Well, not actually Slap Vandal, but it would be a reason to play Corroder as well, right? Because now we save our credit on the install and we grab it, right? It's not super annoying. You can also, like, Hush Slap Vandal it if you have the right hand. Like, it's kind of fine. Okay, we're going to see 5 sentries there. It's maybe enough that they could overwrite and make it difficult, but in practice it often isn't. 6 here. Tagmari. 8. Wow, okay. That's more than I would have thought. Let's see. Basically, what I have found is that while in practice people can... have we just looked at all these lists just a second ago and everyone just reran them? Like, yeah. So this is Neurospike as Mari, and like, yeah, this is 4 sentries. Like, running an Ika is totally fine here, because you have 3 simul chips, and if they trash a sentry after making you put an Ika on it, that's still only going to be defending that one server, so you just go and run the other servers and win the game that way. Or you save a simul chip, right? And that's all good as well. Like, I think there's a real world where these buy bans don't do quite... Like, if you're... I would almost play a DJ before I'd play a non-mimic killer. But I think, like, this is what I was... Like, there's parts about this list that I play this CO that I like more, right? This is the Breaker Suite I actually like the most, of Buzzsaw, Gauss, Ika, Mimic, and Slap Vandal. To me, this is actually a core, really good Breaker Suite. The things you need to do... The recent, like... The Q-Loop is just a little bit too cute for this meta. Bones for Aeneas is fine. Like, I actually... The value of Stone Ship, I think, is going up quite a bit, because everyone's just doing these weird, janky kill combos. And most of them you can survive with a hand size of 7. And you'll also be able to get to 8 with a lot of lily pad boards. So the rest of the deck is just trying to stabilize your early game. That's why I'm on 3 Creative Commissions and 3 Dirty Laundries. I actually value those over the Sure Gambles, because these cards I'm still pretty happy to play in the late game. Are you a Wheels Parisia believer? No. But yeah. 1 slap seems pretty surprising. 2 always seems necessary to see it early enough. Yeah, so the version I would play, like I was playing here, is 2 Slap Vandal, 2 SMC. But yeah, SMC and a lot of draw is the other reason. Like, it's not like your primary breaker. It's just like a tool you use to break. Though actually, I suspect my list here is actually maybe slightly more accurate to what I've been playing. Nope, this actually still has Corroder, Cubon. Oh yeah, I'm playing around with like lots of different things. Like, oh, should I go down to 2 UAV, 2 Cubon to play Gambles, Joyrides, like all these sorts of weird stuff. Because like the list isn't that good. Like a 67% win rate, it's fine. I don't believe in Nuka. I just genuinely don't think it's that much better than Diesel in most cases. But like I would to me, I'd rather play Earthrise before I would play Nuka in a lot of cases. Yeah, no, this list is not right at the moment. It's just absolutely not right. I think this is probably closer to correct. Yeah, I think it's pretty reasonable. Oh, okay. It's pretty reasonable for me to be wrong about Nuka, because, like, it's one of those things that a lot of people like. I don't think Nuka is better than Diesel. Basically, because to me, the reason I dislike Nuka is the click compression. The click compression matters to me quite a bit. This was going to be a Corp stream, but yeah, it's like, for me, it's like I want Diesel and I actually want Earthrise because I'd rather have my clicks free to be doing things that actively propel me. Even when I'm playing like Crim, where like I will 100% agree that it's generally better. I still find the clicks to use very annoying. Okay, so this is probably punitive, and we don't have the stone ship. So my normal strategy for this matchup, this is a pretty ass hand. This is not, this is arguably a little bit worse. Is to let them kind of get the first 4 points. It's just not really worth contesting. Oof, this is a tough start though. We're just gonna do this. Code can actually just trash this ice and set me back quite a bit. It's a pretty solid play. We saw Andre doing it, I think, on stream earlier today. This is a weird board. I think I'm going to just give up some lily pad value here because I'm just not drawing very well. Okay. Dirty Laundry actually will be okay here. I actually think I might just discard this deep dive right away. No, it's probably the Biobands. I think Biobands is not doing a ton for me here. Yeah, I mean, Chris, we're about to see this already be absolutely stumped on cash. This is an argument for putting in the whatchamacallit down, but the simul chips. Draw. Beautiful. There we go. I mean, this is a bit of an unusual deck where I can't normally, like, it's a little bit difficult for me to just, like, power Dirty Laundry Run Archives. But there's not really a threat right now for me to be worrying about. There's a small consideration of popping the SMC here, but again, like, my late game here is fine. Like, I don't mind actually just clicking for credits next turn because I'm just giving up 4 points here. Okay. So I think it's going to be something like credit, credit, laundry HQ. Okay. This is the one I was probably hoping this wasn't. So we're going to pop SMC. What do I want here? I'm probably going to want some amount of recovery after I get absolutely blasted here. Okay. So we're going to put Cubon on this ice. Do I decline to draw here? No, I don't decline to... Actually, yeah, I think decline to draw is maybe okay. Let's see. Oh, I guess I shouldn't decline to draw there. What am I thinking? I can break the 2/2 net. But I might just do... this. Conduit and deep dive, not ideal, but it is what it is. I'm gonna... Oh no, the dirty laundry is here, so... Yeah, and it's like, I value the 3 cards instantly quite a bit more. This is going to be the Regenesis score, yep. So I'm going to return the Cubon here, I think. Do Diesel. Okay, this is feeling... I actually, like, this is not a great spot, obviously. Like, it would be much better to not have started in this weird economic hole. But this isn't, I think, that terrible, all things considered. Put a Cubon down here. And this Aeneas is probably basically clicking for a credit. The other thing I was thinking about here was trying to actually contest server 1. I think it's a little bit tricky for me to do that here. Like, there's a big situation where I died of a void here. So I think it's probably the Slap Vandal. This is definitely threatening to be Regenesis number 2. Basically, there's a lot of ways I lose here. So I have to, like, think very carefully. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to slap a Hush on the Anansi. We will draw a card from it. Just shout. Now I can't help but picture someone just like leaning over, disable card, right at their card. I know that wasn't the intent. It's just a very funny. Yeah, so this is probably a void. And hopefully Anansi will not do the 3 damage. Okay, so I think what I have to do here is slap Vandal this Archives ice, run Archives. Oof. That's what I needed it to not be, I think. Okay, well, that sucks for me. So am I dead regardless here? Okay, so it's gonna be do a net damage. Let unbroken subroutines fire. Okay, well, there we go. GG. Yeah, so I needed to hope that it wasn't so it's yeah, because it's like I can't really get through this. Hey, Diogene. Yeah, I mean, this is why this RE deck, like, is a little bit tricky, right? Opponent set up a thing where we couldn't run aggressively early, and we got really run over. And, like, to be honest, this happens. And, like, it's why the deck is probably not the deck that anyone should be bringing to stuff. Oh, nice. People should definitely go and check that out. Maybe I will close up shop so that we can all go and watch it. Hey, Code Marv. Yeah, it definitely wasn't my favorite draw I've ever had with that deck, but so it goes. Yeah, like this draw, I'm pretty happy with. Yeah, no, for sure. That's that was like one of the worst draws you can get with Arasana for sure. I was also pretty close to stabilizing there, to be honest. Like but yeah, I legitimately lost that game very hard. Like, not much else I could say about that. Yeah, yes, I know it was Regenesis in the remote. So I'm gonna go run server 1. We're actually gonna put the Ika down just to have no. Nope. Do I value? No, I can delay for a turn. Yeah, Code Marvel. Like so my honest assessment is, if I don't have a start that bad, the matchup is completely fine for Arasana. If I do have a start that bad, like, yeah, it's gonna roll me. And Jinteki does have one of the better ice setups for making Arasana's life very difficult. I'm running archives here just because, again, I don't know exactly what's going on, and like there's no reason to risk things. Because yeah, I'm like, actually my economy's weirdly fine here. Yeah, Chris, like bad setups draws lost me half the games I lost with the deck. Yeah, and like, you know, to some extent, I think so when I think about like what did my Cascadia deck do that kind of worked, and the thing it did was like by including 3 Gachapons and a Q loop, like, you just have so many more hits, right? I suspect I'm going to get Neurospiked here. Um, and I just can't do that much about it, but, or I probably can't do that much about it in time. This is kind of why I'm like, I think there needs to be some consistency tool that's not in this list right now that needs to be in there. And maybe it should be gachapons, maybe it should be Q loops, maybe it should be a joyride. Like, I'm not exactly sure. Okay, SMC is very good here. I'm just gonna run R&D, install a hush on here, paying 1, breaching the server, data loop. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that I'd want to splash for a class act, though it's not like unheard of. Yeah, I could see, like, I stopped playing Gachapon because I had a couple of times in the late game where it was really bad, but I think that's maybe looking at the wrong thing, where, like, the deck loses in the early game, and that's the thing you need to actually defend against. Oh, wow, just honestly scoring a CityWorks project. Okay. Well, I'm honestly much less scared now. I think this might actually just be a turn where we go run R&D, install SMC, get our conduit, and breach the server. Yeah, you can't convince me that that's right. It's like, I understand like why it makes sense to do that, but to me, like, you're just playing like a regular Shaper deck, and that's fine. Like, Reg Tau is probably one of the best decks in the format. We've got an even credit lead, so let's just not like risk blowing ourselves up. Yeah, maybe that's like I could see going back onto gachapons. I cut them because there was like a couple, I had like 2 games in a row where I hit like 2 UAVs, 2 like envy testing, and like 3 events or something. So I was pretty sad with it. But okay. Simul chip. I might just honestly hard install the hush here first. Now we're gonna make the run. If this is an archer, I'm getting outplayed for sure. I'm just gonna close the prompt here. I think that should work. Okay. So I think what I'm gonna do is, yeah, dropping the Aeneas would be okay. This is SSO. Like, I don't think they have enough assets to make it worth it, but they probably do. Okay, this is end the run, the runner's tag, and end the run. So, do I want to? I feel like I'd almost rather give up the. No, it's better to give up the coupon here. Watch this run have like 3 spin doctors in it. Oh, there's 1 spin doctor. Okay. Building blocks. Pharaohs. Hedge fund. Aket. Okay. I don't feel bad about not dropping the Aeneas here. So building blocks, Pharaohs, Aeneas. I think drawing here is better than going back in for one more card. Okay, do I mine the Purge here? No, I don't think I do terribly. So we saw 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 3 cards on top of R&D we don't know. This is drawing a card and gaining 2 credits, so that's fine. Okay, that's decent enough. This is probably a turn where I can put the Aeneas Informant down. Oh, Slap Vandal is actually the way I'm supposed to deal with that data loop. Oh, I feel dumb now. Yeah, that saves me like 4 credits or something like that. And actually probably does mean I dig 1 deeper. Okay, Slap Vandal, I think I can just charge most things here. Especially with the Hush in hand. So I'll put down the Simul chip first. Then I'll run server 1. Ideally, I want to get through both these with Corroder and Hush one of the 2 of them. Fortunately, that does not look like what I'm going to be doing today. Done. We'll let Unbroken Subroutines fire. Yeah, eventually Turbine works too, but like part of the point of the deck is that Slap Vandal actually gets you through quite a bit of problems against these sort of Glacier decks. Okay. Do wish I had the Hush trigger still to go here. So opponent can score out here, and it would cost me a little more than an arm and a leg to get here. So I could get through, take a tag, lose everything. I could also chip the SMC, the Slap Vandal for an SMC to get my second Hush. Which seems not ideal. Because that's basically paying 3 credits to save myself 5. So it's like I get in with slightly more credits, but I'm down my last Simul chip. I think it's better for me to match the strength of Pharaohs, break these 2 subroutines. Hopefully Aeneas will make me back the credit here. It's going to be Ben Musashi. Okay. I mean, this actually is going to stink a little. Now I'll gain a credit, remove a tag. Alright, Ben Musashi. Not the card I was expecting to be in that remote. I was expecting Angelique, to be honest. Yeah, like I can actually get into R&D for a credit here, but it's still 2 cards known, so I'm going to just keep drawing here. Data loop, draw a card, click for a credit, I think. Do I actually want to not bounce the cube on here? I think so. Well, maybe I honestly definitely could have thought about it. But yeah, now I definitely can't. So now I go Hush on the data loop, draw a card. Then I'm going to run R&D, stick a Slap Vandal on the data loop. This might even be a turn where I like spend a click on Hush to move it so that I get slightly less hose when this ice gets trashed. But this is, you know, this is clicking for a credit, which is okay. It's not the strongest thing I've done of all time. Oh yeah, this wins me the game. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you actually, like, that is definitely something that you're supposed to be doing with this list when you play it well, is, like, actually just, like, run at them, like, throw down the cube on and run aggressively at them. It's definitely a little bit out of habit. Yeah, and, like, you know, going back to Anarcho's point, like, I think this version of the list is something I enjoy playing. I think there are probably stronger things in Shaper out there that are more based around just like all in deep dive, DZMZ. That said, right, if we were going to go and look at like, okay, if the problem with this deck is early game consistency, like, going to 2 or 3 gacha, what's already doing better than other Shaper? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts, because my immediate thought is actually the aggressive Slap Vandal stuff is what Ari does better than other Shapers. And so, like, to me, that's where the power is. Everything else she does is kind of worse. Like, so to me, like, probably the list I would want to, like, to me, the ideal list looks something more like, here, let's make a copy of this again. Gotcha, Ari, right? So, to me, I think the deep dive is not the thing I want to be doing. Let's leave that in for now, right? It's probably more something like this. Let's see. I don't love Biobands as the draw. Like, this version, I almost wonder if it wants to be playing, like, Bones is a 2x. And maybe we actually do just put the Clot back in. We have to put in a Gauss because you can't actually play without a Fractor. And then for me, I'm still an Earthrise stan. Yeah. No, I think Anarcho, that's kind of the crux of the actual thing. It's like, is Slap Vandal any good in the meta? And I don't think there's I guess I would posit the argument is not as clear-cut as a lot of people seem to be saying that it's no good at all. Like, most people have been cutting it, and I just, like, I struggle to believe that that's correct. Like, honestly, like, looking at this list, like, Slap Vandal is almost the ideal breaker against these Asmari lists. It's probably pretty bad against this list, I would imagine. Like, it's pretty miserable into Jinteki. Into HB, I've never minded it, because it actually deals with everything. Not well, because they always have 2 subroutines, but you can use contextual board states to make it worth it. And, like, it's actually not as bad against these sorts of lists that are relying on some stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. We were here to play Corp today, so let's get back to playing some Corp. We'll do one more. It's a bird, it's a brand, it's Agon Fusion. And then maybe I'll try and build, like we saw Andre playing some Asa earlier with some weird janky stuff. I almost want to go back to, like, maybe we'll build like an MCA Stegadonk Asa list, because that's the only way I can justify going wide in Asa right now, but it just seemed like a lot of fun. Maybe what we'll do is we'll start on that now, waiting for people to queue in, and hopefully I'll hear the... Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll pop this out so I can just monitor over here. Oh, all right. Anarcho's coming in to dunk on me. I don't think I need Sadaka in this matchup because it is... I'm going to assume this is kind of Grug Brain Runner, which is a very good deck, I think. Oh, what is this track? Let's hope it's not in the copyright. Okay, this is what track was this? This is Differences by Xander. It's from one of my defaults is to go to the Riot Sessions, which is like copyright free music that they do, or they put out like a couple years ago. Let's actually put the Spin Doctor in. If we can bait her into running, we'll be in a very nice spot. Let's go. This is the, like, one bad hit in the deck, I think. I wonder if you're supposed to just, like, play... Yeah, I think you're playing 3 Angolos, right? But, okay, so it's going to be a La Costa server 1, and a Nissan Mark II server 1, Thimble Rig server 1. I'm credit perfect to res here, but with Upper Peller down, I'm less worried about actually having to res both anyway. I've got Tagabola swaps. Like, I'm feeling actually pretty solid here. And Nissan Mark II is actually, like, as I think about it, like, A, I have no money here, but B, is, like, pretty solid deep dive tech. Yeah, because I can wait till the third run. Here comes Zangolo. This is actually great for me. A little surprised, but I think it's actually correct for an Arco to not break there. Okay. I think I'm gonna, like, install him a virus. Oop. Jeez Louise. Click for 2. This is like a pretty dubious play because it probably gets my Lacosta trashed, but maybe gets my Thimble rezzed. All right, so what I'm learning is I should bluff against an Arco more. Credit, hedge. Let's put this on R&D. Wait, is this the turn that Anarcho didn't run R&D? Oh, did I draw this in the message last turn? Wait, what? Okay. I mean, this is, like, not an ideal board state because this deck is a little bit dicey. We found 2 Econ cards. I wonder if I, like, put another count on the virus, click for 3, or click for 2 and put the longevity in. Oh, okay, no, we got the bait here. Do I want to throw away this Anansi? No, I don't think I do. Yeah, I mean, this just makes the overclock eat into actual credits, I guess, when to trash the Costa. And that's all this does. This should probably tell Anarcho that they don't need to do anything here. Yep, tracking the Lacosta is definitely correct there. No, I need to swap the Thimble Rig here. I think this is just click for 4. Okay, so the line next turn I think is install advance the off-world. Oh, this is a better line now. Hedge, install, advance. And I'm going to try and actually just leverage the Nisei Mark II counter for a score here. It's not going to be guaranteed, but it's going to be... Like, there's actually an argument for actually just install advancing to send a message, I think. Thinking, yeah, we'll res the Anansi here. This is still 6 to break, so 2 from here. Not the best, but this is going to cost 1 plus another 6. Yeah, that's all right. Maybe I'm supposed to get Anansi on the outer there at some point, so I can do that. I can do some weird swap stuff as I think about it. Yeah, it's like, because it is only 7 credits to get into this server. It makes me 4 credits at this point, so I go up to 9. So I might even just actually have send a message, advance. Oh no, I don't get to install the brand there as well. That's the click I'm missing. Okay. She's letting us get to game point. Wow, another Rashida on top is really good. Holding 5 points in hand is probably good for me playing against strict control. Because a lot of Anarcho's plan here is probably to try and lock me out of drawing off top of R&D. Resing the brand is also going to be just fine here, right? It's going to be 5 to break all day. And it does have to be 5 to break, otherwise I get to put the Sadaka on the bottom and then boop them away from R&D. And yeah, just like Rashida, take 2 is totally fine here, I think. It might even be Rashida, install a brand on HQ, take a credit. But it's probably the double ice on R&D is better. Oh, this has 2 bad hits because it's also playing Nanetka. Yeah, I guess one of the things that never makes sense to me is, like, I think I can make my servers annoying enough with 2 ice that I'm not as worried about this. And like, I can even make them 3 ice deep. This will go up to strength 4, and it's still as annoying as all get out to get the Anansi. I definitely do wish I had the Seamlesses in this deck. It would be much more intimidating if I did have the Seamlesses. Because the Tucanas are obviously blank now, so I've spent 6 influence on nothing. Yeah. If I'm in Arco here, I probably spend a click to break the first subroutine. Oh, wow. Okay. What? Yeah, like the first subroutine on brand is just cracking Agon Fusion. It says like you just don't get into that server. I think Anarcho is going to be a little bit punished by us running 3x Bran. Ooh, this is going to be a spicy meatball. I'm probably giving up 5 points here. 50-50 on the last one. Oh, wow. I didn't lose on that 50-50 because I read it in the wrong order. Wow, okay, so we just survived an actual apocalypse, I think. Yeah, this is something I need to remember to do, is just put all my spiky ice on centrals most of the time. It's funny, because losing the Rashida does hurt me here. Can I just install this longevity as a bluff? I don't need to, though. Because next turn I can swap the Thimble Rig back for the Anansi, install Advance the Offworld, and click for a credit. Or actually, I might even want to swap for the Brawn. Alright, we're going to slowly migrate Anansi around, I guess. Brand is very annoying to get through. So 11 credits probably does it, because it's 2 to paint, 2 to boost, 5. So yeah, it's 7 to break. Then you also have to deal with the Tatubola, which is 1 credit. But you have to run this click, right? Oh my goodness. All the agendas. Oh my goodness, cookies are arriving. Thank you. Okay, so we'll swap Thimble Rig with the Magnet here. We'll draw Install, click for a credit. Goal is to look as innocuous as possible here. The sequencing here, I think, is we do something like thimble rigged, swap for brand. Tatabola, boop with a magnet into the Anansi. Yeah. Then we'll be all set. These are very kind of oily sugar cookies. Let's see if this one's any better. Not my fave, but oh well. I think this is also just go for another deep dive turn, which it looks like is what we're setting up for. Almost certainly, actually. Now we have 2 Niseis and to send a message left in the deck. Ooh, spicy. Okay. Yep, we'll swap you with the Bran. Okay. Oh, this is actually a safe agenda. That's wild. So it's I put the brand down. We've laundry archives. Oh, propeller turbine. I wonder if that's what I want to be on in Oof, yeah. We just actually lose here. That's hilarious. GG. Oh well, so it goes. Yeah, that's just play mistake. Yeah. Yeah, I guess not. It's just a misplay on my part. Hey, Neon Static. Hey, Eric, probably, actually. Though, honestly, so I've been playing a lot of Against the Storm, which just had its 1.0 release, and there's definitely a part of me that's like, well, look, I want to go and play Against the Storm, so I could end the stream, or I could stream some Against the Storm. Hey, Anarcho, thanks for the game. I'm like, I could stream Against the Storm, I could stream Slay the Spire, or I guess I could try and build this, I could build MCA Stegadon Asa. Okay, you know what? We're gonna do a run of Against the Storm, and then we're gonna call it a night. Give me a second to get that set up, and then we'll get this going. Let me, this has its own soundtrack, so we can pause this one. I gotta make a, did I delete all of my stream scenes? It looks like I did. No, I didn't, okay. Let's go find the window. Oh, you know what? I could probably, like, click onto this. Let's try this again. Here we are. Let's see if that works. There's Against the Storm. I'll have to remember where I am. Okay. Yep, okay, fantastic. So this will be the start of a new run. I actually don't know if I'll have time to do a full run. Do I want to do this? This is going to be annoying as all heck, but let's maybe go... Let's see, where's the thing? Sorry, I'm gonna... So, the way the game works, there's a meta progression. Of you have a certain number of years before the storm comes, wipes the map, and resets. And you can try and get to these seals, which have some metagame stuff. I, as you can tell, am not actually that good at this game. I'm actually so mad about this. I was going to win, and then, like just had a death spiral happen at the last second. Which is actually kind of cool, that, like, you can't just, like, I was in the, like, end game and didn't quite make it. We'll do a coral forest. Okay. I don't think... Oh, actually, tools I'm discovering are more and more sick. Okay, so... all the species have different bonuses, and then you get some embarkation stuff that you get to go with. These are all very sterling resources. If I'm going with humans, I always like taking... Do I like grain and vegetables, or do I actually think I might like the plantation slightly more? Summary conditions. Yeah, I think that's probably correct. There's a lot of reeds, so it's probably actually less important than getting more food. Yeah, actually it's not as important, because there's also fiber in the trees. Okay. I'm just muttering to myself. I'll explain this in a second. Okay. This really long. It's fine. They're all... Okay, those are all equivalent. Okay. So the goal of Against the Storm is to fulfill the queen, make the queen happy with you, kind of prestige up, achieve various things before she gets impatient. So I'm going to start with just pause. So we have this is the number of reputation I need to gain. So I think it's 14 for the difficulty I'm playing on. And then I can have up to 10 impatience, and this is the lose condition of the game. Impatience goes up when my villagers die, as time passes, and I can take various actions that raise the queen's impatience. The game then also has 3 seasons, so there's the drizzle season, which is what we're in now. This tends to have a benefit for you, So in this case, I get to carry more. My woodcutters can carry more stuff. This is pretty weak. I've had some really powerful ones in the past. Yeah, this is actually a fine place for my face. No, I can go down here. There's just some menu items up there, but that's fine. Let me just lock these. Okay. Then there's, what's it called? The clearance, which is like a kind of summer season, and then there's the heavy rain season, which tends to have all these bad effects happen. So all of my villagers have a resolve level, basically how happy they are, and in the winter months or the stormy months, I'm going to get really suffered. They're going to really suffer. So this looming darkness will happen. I'll get -4 to all of these values, times whatever my hostility of the forest is. I'll explain the rest of these and some of the stuff in more detail. There's like a lot of stuff going on, which I think is actually part of why it's really easy to bounce off this game, because there's just like a million systems you need to know to get started. The other thing is this is actually a roguelike city builder. So I'm going to get this random subset of buildings and then have to pick which ones I want. I think one of the things that is maybe a little bit tricky is like you have to start out with some basic stuff, but then there's like other things you unlock that to me feel like kind of essential. I don't know how much they've fixed because like I've been playing on a save file that has experience and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to just start building some stuff and then explain some of those things as I get going. Which way do I want to go? I think this is fine. This central piece, this is the hearth. This is sort of the home of my village. I have to be constantly feeding it fuel, which is like one of the main drivers towards there's like a lot of systems in this game that are really clever and trying to disrupt any like sit back, hands off the keyboard equilibrium. This is one of them where you have to constantly be burning a fuel source, and this is how long that a single unit of that fuel source will work. And so I need to start chopping down trees in a woodcutter's camp. But inside the woods, there are these glades, and as I explore these glades, the hostility of the forest is going to go up. And then there's also these glades that are dangerous glades. I tend to think of these as rewarding glades, because that's actually, to me, they're often better than these non-dangerous glades. These non-dangerous glades will have a little bit of resources and a little bit of space for buildings, but these are going to have like real rewards and kind of missions you can complete, provided you can spend some resources. In addition to having buildings randomized, you also get kind of some randomized perks. I think I'm going to take... This isn't a super strong one, but it's alright. Actually, I haven't taken it. It might actually be quite strong. Okay, so I have wood supply for my fire. I should probably get a little bit of food going for my villagers. So I'm going to build this small trapper's camp so that I can get small resources. And then I'm going to also have some orders from the queen. Where I can fulfill these orders, I'm going to advance on my prestige. Complete any 2 glade events and get 5 packing materials versus get 7 crops. Both of these are like almost equal costs. So to me, I'm looking at what's the value of these rewards, and I think this one's just much better for me. I've been finding like having people is hugely beneficial. Did I take the small farm? I hope I did. Why do I only have 2? Is there something that's like making it so I can only have 2 orders? Huh, it's weird. I feel like I usually get 3 choices on my orders. Let's see. Maybe it's something about the woods. Yeah, people is... Oh, I meant to check to see if I grabbed the farms. That's what I was going to this for. Yeah, I did grab small farms. Okay, great. So this is just saying get a small farm and then harvest some crops. We can do that. And then this I absolutely cannot do. Discover 3 glades and salvage a building. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so each of these has a reward of giving me 1 reputation, and then there's all this stuff. Okay, let's get some people. We'll probably just get 1 person on food. I find that's often enough for the early game. I actually might move this here. We're gonna just pile people on top of each other. This is actually one of the things I like, is like the pathfinding is very generous. All of your guys can fit between a 0 space. This is like a Heat 5 run, I think. It's not called Heat, obviously, but okay, I want to take the cooperage. Ooh, and the workshop is actually really nice. Oh, is this 3? I think this is 5, but I can probably somewhere I should be able to check that. Yeah, Alex, I have not gotten into the super deep end game of this game by any means. So for those of you who've played a ton, this is going to be probably a lot of kind of repeat rote stuff, but oh yeah, I'm early in the year run because I've screwed up a bunch of stuff. Like I had some missions that were you get no orders, so you have to just advance your reputation other ways, and boy, it turns out I'm really bad at those, and I would like get in some early death spirals and like pull the plug. You know what, let's just try. Oh, this is not where you want your workstation, but that's fine. It's a smaller optimization. Do this. So don't have the resources for this yet. Every building has resources, and they have recipes that you can do. I don't know, Andre, if this is where you got stuck. Yeah, like it's like I eventually, with the last one I did just before the stream, I did actually figure out how to do it. It wasn't just reputation, obviously. Like I started like popping up stuff, but hey Thanos. Yeah, I was like, I kind of wanted to be done playing Netrunner for a bit, and this is the game I would just go and play, and so I said, hey, let's just go and play this game, and if people want to stick around and watch, great. If they don't, you know, I'll be back to Netrunner next week. Yeah, so these menus are really weird. Or like, so it's, okay. So like this is saying the recipe for planks is only wood. And then for fabric, I have 3 different options of things. And if I highlight multiple, now my villagers are going to take from any of these 3. But here they're only going to take from plant fiber now. Bricks, I can do the same thing. And pipes, I can do the same thing. Oh yes, this is Against the Storm. Oh, I could maybe update. I don't know how to update stream game titles on Restream, and it doesn't feel worth it, to be honest. Okay, so right now my villagers are plucking away. I've got 2 builders, which are basically just free workers, 9 people. I should probably build some houses for them. I don't really have enough for shelters or big shelter. Ugh, that's not great. This is going to be a rough. Well, okay, so I haven't gone. So, yeah, one of the things that I'm going to have to manage is how hostile it is, and how much happiness my villagers have. I started with a lot of coats or clothing, which both of these villagers need, or both of these species need. Not every one species does. I actually think these are the only 2 that use coats, because I don't think beavers, foxes, or lizards use clothing. So I'll have some happiness to float going into the storm, which is coming in 2 minutes. Maybe we'll speed up time a little bit here. Hopefully I start. Oh, you know what? Let's prioritize fabric here. And because basically this building makes everything like 6 to 2, 8 to 2, 6 to 2, 3 to 2, and this is going to make things 5 to 2, 3 to 2, 3 to 2, 3 to 2. So it's just like a better version of the same building. I just don't have all the stuff to make it right now. Okay, Explorer's Lodge is... I'm still trying to remember these. Okay, this is not a super good kind of end game building for me. And when you hover over this, like this is showing me that I can already make planks at a 2, which is what this makes it at. And it makes tools and luxury goods at 2 stars, which I can't do already. Making incense and oil is okay. I'll be already making codes better than this. Ranch lets me build some new things. And the Explorer's Lodge is that. I'm going to kind of sit on those because I might discover that one of those buildings becomes good for me later in the run for some reason or another. In particular, like this order, for example, is like, oh, you have to have a small farm. And it might be that I show up with some stuff that's like, oh, I really need some oil. In which case, I'll probably want the oil making one. But I could also have ones that actually want luxury goods or something. So that's kind of what's going on here. I would love to start building some shelters, I guess. I don't like building shelters usually, but harpy houses and human houses both require stuff I don't really have. I get some weird fluctuations. I have to... Oh, Queen's Impatience went up. That's why my hostility went down. Okay, that's nice. So yeah. So one of these other mechanics is that the forest gets increasingly hostile to your presence. So there's a bunch of stuff that makes it go up just kind of naturally over time. And that makes the effects of the of the storm season become worse and worse. So because I popped open a glade, it gets worse. But I can just uncheck a woodcutter, and that should take me back down to 0. I shouldn't have to worry about it. So we just discovered a new glade. This has a bunch of resources, and because it was a forbidden glade, it's got some good ones, but it also has this thing I have to do. And this is going to be a tricky one, because I don't really have any of these resources on hand at the moment. So, Totem of Denial, what is this going to do if I don't do it? Storm's duration is increased by 100%, and drizzle and clearance goes down, and impatience goes up. So I'm going to want to solve this. But exactly how is not clear to me. I'm probably going to be just trying to build a bunch of planks, but I've got some other options as well. I'm going to start building up some fields. I really want this to finish. Maybe I should put another person on gathering this stuff. But yeah, this is sort of the... So, it's like... The game is like a lot of like little jumping of like, okay, am I ready for the next problem or not? And can I make it there? So, then for all of these, I get 2 choices. I can perform a ritual. This is not bad. What's the reward for this? I get Global Resolve bonus, which is pretty good. Okay, and then... Oh, did I build a woodcutter's camp by accident? Oh, shoot. That's not what I wanted to build. I wanted to build a small farm. Small farm is for the farmland. And I probably will want to rebuild this, but not right now, I think. And I got some new villagers. How long is a run? I think it's like an hour. Like, it's honestly pretty... It's been very long for me. So, like, I would be a little surprised if I finished this on stream. My guess is like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending on the speed you're playing at least for me. I think you can be much faster than I am as you get better at the game, is my sense. I am not particularly skilled at this. Like, I have not looked up a lot of stuff for it, which definitely slows me down, because I'm not always the best intuitor of stuff. Okay. I also do a lot of like pausing and getting up and walking away. So like this is like it's like a really like it's a game I've actually been enjoying a lot, and like I'm glad the 1.0 came out, so I was like impulsed to pick it up again. But it is a weird little game. So I think 90 minutes, 3 hours, depending on difficulty and how much you pause. Yeah, and how much speed, like how often do you play on a higher speed or lower speed kind of thing. Yeah, that's my sense. It sounds like you are quite experienced at this and probably know much better than me. Oh, I do love my hauling carts. It's weird because, so like, you get a lot of these upgrades and some of them are really invisible. Hauling carts just mean I get this little cart that runs around and moves my resources around for me, which makes all of my stuff just a little bit more efficient. Okay, so this is human resolve above 28. This would be quite challenging. And deliver another 30 grain. Get to 10 harpies, I'm at 6. Get harpies resolved to 22. And my reward for this is an alchemist hut, which is pretty good. Some parts, some biscuits. Actually, maybe I think it's the happy humans. I think that's going to be a bit easier for me. Well, now I'm a little punished for this. Harpy clan support. Filled need for jerky and harpy houses. 8 harpy houses. So I could have gone all in on harpies and been very happy. And I can't, you have to pick an order before you go to the next one, because otherwise, yeah, I would have just double dipped on harpy ones and been quite happy. Okay, so it looks like I need to build harpy houses somewhat critically. Oh, and I'm going to just do my consumption limits. Which fortunately, I kind of wish they would auto do that for you. This is going to fulfill an objective for me eventually. I'm not getting people. Oh, I forgot to build a market. So this is like the other thing that like is low-key just like I find essential for all of my runs is building a trading post. You can kind of throw it anywhere, it doesn't particularly matter. Oh, I also probably need to free up a builder. We've got actually plenty of reeds now, so this brings traders to come by, and like you can just like sack so many things that you can't do and just like buy lots of things instead, which is like, it's kind of cool. Like, it's a fun little trade-off. But this one, basically this, I'm gonna get hit, which is gonna really suck, to be honest. Like, shorter happy times is pretty bad. I might have to think about how I can actually get to... Maybe you'll have stuff I can buy. Okay, so what I might end up doing is buying some beer and then immediately going... How much beer will I need? 30 is probably backbreaking for me, though. Because buying 30 of these... costs 8. Okay, I can actually probably afford 8. What's the way I want to afford 8? So, like, gear parts are, like, essential big stuff. Tools are things I can make. There is, like, I found in one run, like, a thing that let me build parts, but it's extremely rare. Tools are very good, but I think, like, just solving my problems is also quite good. I don't have a huge abundance, but I could maybe, like, throw some stuff in here. Need for jerky fulfilled. Like, I would love to spend 11 here. It's actually pretty close. This might be okay. This will make my harpies pretty happy. Actually have a good amount of food here. I might do this trade. And now I can take some people off of things. We'll take someone off this workshop. And don't have a lot of fuel, so I kind of need to leave someone on the fuel. And we'll go and perform this ritual. And hopefully I'll finish this before the rain hits. I kind of dislike that, like, oh, your villager has to both carry stuff over, so it's like you have to weight on their walk speed. And like they'll sometimes be like, oh, I actually need to take a little nap now before I can carry this over. So this 4-minute requirement is like 4 minutes plus all the time to get all your stuff there, which is a bit of a pain, but so it goes. So the premise is we're trying to build little colonies before the Great Flood happens every couple of years, and we're trying to make as many we're trying to please the Queen ultimately by earning reputation, making a big settlement. And so we're going to do a bunch of various things that make the Queen happy with us. A lot of them are about sending resources back to the Citadel, or like our villagers really enjoy our rule and so speak highly of us because we fulfill all of their basic needs, which we are not doing right now. So probably time for me to build this cooperage. Though I don't think I have any. I have one builder right now. And then also fulfilling these orders for the Queen will also go and fulfill this stuff. And then, you know, you'll do a run. It lasts a certain number of years. You do a chunk of these runs together, and that's like a whole. That's the meta run, or like a, and then it kind of resets back over again. Do I have a place to move you? I don't, so you're just going to be kicked out of the job for now. And I'll actually just destroy you because I get all my materials back, which is very nice. Yeah, mystical fiefdoms. Oop, and I sort of accidentally discovered this place. And because I only have one wood, I have 2 woodcutters. So I'll probably be able to drop down. So what I'll do probably is avoid blades except marked. And then we'll hop down a level. Ooh, a coal vein's very nice. That can actually reduce my need to cut things quite a bit. Oh, I'm not quite there. 75 lumber's enough. What's the cost for this? Yeah, I don't have enough resolve to tank all of that, so... I will once this guy is up and running for a bit. So right now, like, I have the tiniest little production line of I had some fiber, though now I don't. I need to figure that one out. Oh, now I have more fiber, so I immediately want to go and rebuild this harvester's camp. What is you? Give me 2 villagers plus... Yeah, this should be okay to take. Oh, and it was not. Okay, let's see what I can do. Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. Okay. Well, this is the kind of mistakes I make all the time. Yeah, kind of before a magical... Yeah, there's sort of a magical hurricane that happens every year. Or every century or something like that, right? Oh, cool. My people recovered. I don't know why that fluctuation. I must have gone above and then below. As impatient. Ah, because impatience went up again. Impatience, here to save my bacon again. Lucky me, indeed. Okay. So what do I need to do? So I've got this list of quests. I've explored 2 out of 3 glades. I'll probably want to explore the 3rd one next season. I want to get human resolve up, which is starting to go up actually already because of the coats, which is great. I have lots of grain, but human resolve is quite a ways away, to be honest. Because it's only -4. So actually, I can use some favoring to make the humans feel extra happy later. But if I'm going to build building materials, I need to build a new building that lets me then build building materials. Oh, fantastic. What does this do? +3 to global resolve. Ooh, I love me some global resolve. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we're going to get foxes. I like coats, so we'll just take foxes and coats right away. Flame amulets. Or grain per minute, or export specialization. Let's just do a grain delivery line, I think. Maybe that's bad. Someone will... I could probably do the math and figure out like how many minutes a run is, right? So this is like saying it's going to be... It's not that much grain overall, but it's kind of nice. Okay, so I now have my thing that lets me build building materials. I've got an excess of bricks, and I should be able to make fabric pretty well soon. Harvester's camp has nothing, so we're going to empty it out again. And get another person chopping some wood. Oh, and I have new orders to pick up. What is this? Complete at least 3 events with a loyalty decision. Nope, not going to be able to do this. I can probably find a way to use this. And then burn at least 18 blight rot cysts. I don't think I'm going to want to make a kiln. So I guess we're going to do this. And actually that goes well with my other engine. You use that type of water, you use that type of water. So I'm going to want to pick something that uses drizzle water, which might actually be just a reason to take the ranch. Just so I can like... I really like the druid's hut in general, but we'll take the ranch, I guess. Yeah, granary would be okay. Though, how many people eat pickled goods? I think it might just be the foxes. Yeah, so it's okay to not do that. So, I'm probably actually very set on food for the time being. Actually, probably permanently, to be honest. I've got kind of 2 different buildings that do it. Oh, I should probably mark this for chopping down. Oh, and this will help me fulfill a jerky need as well. This, oh, I will probably also need to start collecting some of this rainwater. The idea is that like this rain is obviously magical, otherwise why would it work the way it does? And so we need to we can harness that magical powers, and it's kind of a seasonal effect as well. Okay, so packs of building materials I have there, packs of crops I can sell for stuff. None of these are super good right now. And none of these I need, so I might sit on this, hope that I can pop open this glade, and then buy stuff from him. Oh, did I say the right thing? Okay, great. Just in time kind of thing. What am I missing from here? Wood. Okay, I might actually try and speed this engine up as well, though obviously until I have an actual engine it's not going to do anything. Oop. And blight rot cysts have appeared. So, you know, using this water is corrupting in some way, shape, or form. And so you also have to go and manage that. I don't know, like, this is one of those things where I'm like, the game feels a little thin, where it's just like, oh, my way of managing it is just going and burning stuff. I don't know if there's, like, other ways I'm supposed to be managing it. Okay. So if I make provisions, I can do this. Okay, so I can't let this fire. -6 global resolve. I can tank at some point after the winter if I need to, or after the storm. And a smelter is okay. They're not my favorite because it's just, I feel like copper is a little bit harder to get to really is worth. I'm gonna take someone off of wood now. Oh, because I've cleared this. I've got another reputation. So we're kind of humming along. Something I haven't mentioned actually is like there's this resolve level, and when it gets to this blue level, so in this case 15, I'll start earning kind of passive reputation. So by making my villagers happy, I can get some rep for being a good governor, and that's one of the ways that you often make a good chunk of it. Okay, which, I took one of these early, right? Oh, I didn't. Okay. Right? Yeah. Okay, so, like, there's these top-tier buildings, like, this is like a bathhouse where it doesn't produce anything. It's just a consumer, so this is going to consume. But what it produces is, like, a high-level need. And, like, so this is producing this, like, horde T symbol or something. What is this called? Treatment. And so both harpies and foxes will use this treatment. Do I want to take this now, or do I want to wait till the storm passes? We'll take this now, I think. Because if I cut my choppers... Oh, I've gone to too many people. Oof. Oh, because I lost the... Yeah. Alright, what are my options then? Because I'm going to suffer, like, minus 12 here. So both of these people are going to be unhappy. And then a lot of these people are going to be unhappy. Yeah, this is not ideal. Okay. On to problem solving. Try and get some more wood. We've got 2 people in here. So I do have the option of kind of burning some fuel, extra fuel, because being warm makes people happier. Now, the jerky might actually offset these guys. And foxes really care about being housed. So maybe I can sort out this housing and that will do it for me. But I suspect I'm going to have to burn some stuff. Oh shoot, I'm also going to lose some villagers right now unless this gets finished. Oh boy, I've screwed myself in a bunch of ways here. Oh, well, that's dumb. Okay, so I need to make some bricks so that I can make this. But I had forgotten to select that you can use stone for your bricks. How do I go from having 3 to like none? Oh shoot, wow, I'm just falling apart here. Okay. Your resolve is still minus 3. Okay, so we're going to do this then. Okay, and now I can uncheck that right away. 70 wood I should probably be okay. But I might lose some stuff to the fire here, which is not ideal. Okay. Well, we're just going to do some other stuff. This is actually a little feature that, like, I don't do a lot in games and, like, does actually make the experience better. It's like doing a little bit of decoration. And there's, like, they give you mechanical advantages for doing decoration, which is great. Okay. I don't think assigning more people is actually going to help me much here, but let's do it anyway. So the goal is I have to go and make some of this purging fire to go and destroy some of this blight rot before this gets there and kills 3 villagers, which it did right away. So that's pretty bad. I was a little bit too slow on that and recognizing where my stuff was. And this is why I am not very good at this game. It's like, it's about juggling balls, and I never really juggle them that well. So it goes. I'll take this, I guess. Let's get some more harpy houses built, I guess. But I enjoy not being a great juggler, to be honest. Like, it's kind of fun to have a city builder that kind of pushes back a little bit. Rebellious Spirit, I find is just overpowered for how I play, where I'm a little bit slow. Rebellious Spirit gives me Resolve as the Impatience goes up, and so all of my Impatiences are much higher. So one of my objectives is to get Human Resolve to 28. I can give them +5. I just need to get this up a little bit more. So building some human houses might actually be ideal for me here. I think this is probably better for me. I might just need to go and tweak my makeshift post so that I can actually let myself build up to 20 of these. Oh, and then I need to also go and do this before... Oh, I'm fucked. Oh, wait, no, this does get clear when I do this. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay, I need some more harpy houses. I think I'm working on those. Oh, let's move this so I can go and pick these guys. Yeah, this is slightly too many things for me to juggle, I think. Okay, so porridge or biscuits. Everyone eats those too. So let's do this for auto. Oh, cool. That's actually more than I thought. So we're going to go with 29. So I think this is the same cost. No, it's slightly more expensive. Ugh. I think that is just going to be what I have to do then. Yeah, I think that's fine. How many? Yeah, I need lots of building materials, so. Let's do... Actually, no, let's just do grain, because I'm making a lot of grain. I have 2 different bonuses to grain, and I'm getting grain every minute. So this is my convert grain into other resources building. And some of these resources are more valuable. Oh, and I have 2 things, so I should probably be selecting some of those. Yeah, I don't think I have stuff I need to buy from this guy right now. So probably I do just want to start going for some endgame stuff. I have the Druid's Hut again. Just 2 new stuff and better coats. The brewer is pretty nice though, I think. It's hard to choose between these 2. Only one person drinks beer. Incense is used by you, so this is wine, literature. None of these buildings are great here. Ugh. These are more commonly used in things, but this is 3 things I kind of can't make, so I guess I'll take the brewery. But I'm not actually making enough stuff right now. I've got 6 unhoused villagers. This should finish up. This will give me some nice pies. Oh wow, there's not that much coal left. Eek. You probably have nothing to do, which is sort of expected. Yeah, I guess I can make some tea. Because that is what this uses, right? That doesn't count as being in the settlement, so I might actually want to move this guy over here. So, like, usually I try and expand pretty aggressively, but I actually feel like I'm not in a super stable spot. Ooh, Beautiful. You're just going up to 29 on your own. Oh, perfect. They've just kind of gotten there without me even realizing, which is fantastic. Only one builder. Wow, so I've got everyone pretty heavily occupied. So temple is going to do humans, and it's going to do harpies. I've already got foxes covered. This is hitting humans twice, and no one else, so it's probably the temple. But I don't have a way of building all that stuff yet, so I need to sort that out. Skewers, can I use meat? I can use meat and insects and veggies and eggs, so Rill is probably okay. It lets me also make copper bars and skewers, which are going to be very good for me, I think. Okay, now we just gotta go and bing. Actually, we'll just bring this over here. And yeah, so this is, you know, this is looking like a pretty solid run. Just not, why am I not building? Got plenty of stuff for fabric. It's just not really happening, so I might want to get, I only have one, no, I have a couple of builders now. How's people's happiness going to be in the storm? Okay, it's actually finally high enough that I can survive, which is great. Please just build this house. I'm begging you. Like, just have this workshop start producing things, please. Oh, I made bricks highest priority, and I just don't need to hit my limit of bricks. Ugh, that was silly of me. Okay, so I've made my 20 building materials. This is all good stuff, and now I can go back to my next building materials, lock this back down to 7. I think I want to go back to fabric, but we can use any of those for that. Okay, so now I'm kind of set up for everything, and it's probably, I can start getting ready to push for new horizons. I want to get another woodcutter in. I have a bunch more harpy houses, so fabric is actually going to be a bit of a priority for me, I think. So, okay. What are my recipes that use tea? So I want you to probably just use yellow water because I don't have other uses for it. This is just a lot of generic goods. I've got 215 food, so I'm probably fine on that front. I like snowballing my food, even though I probably shouldn't. Okay. This seems unlikely. This is tricky because I actually don't have most of these buildings yet. So it's... Actually, we'll sit on that and think about it. Well, this is just discover and complete, so this is probably doable, but I don't actually have to rush it. Okay, I might actually want to get a second fox collecting water so that I can actually build up something with a surplus. It also makes the foxes happy, which is a bonus. Still not making nearly enough. nonsense. This is fine. I maybe don't even need to make copper bars. I maybe don't actually want to make ale here either, because I have a more efficient way of making ale over here. Even though it's low priority. Can I actually go negative? I can. Haha. Okay. Oh, and now let's mark this for opening up. Soother the Ancient tends to have good stuff, but I don't have a lot of amber. I do have ancient tablets, which I can then trade for amber and then trade back. So this would give me 10 additional items, and then longer durations in the good seasons, and then some other nice stuff. Let's open up. I also have trade routes, which is just like a whole extra little mechanic that they've tacked on. Because this game just doesn't have enough mechanics. So I can make packs of provisions and then send those out with other goods as just stuff to go and trade. And that's another way of making amber, which I can then spend with traders to do things. Actually, I have a lot of these gears, so this is spending 7 and a bit to make 10. Seems okay. And that will also get reputation. It will get standing, which is useful for some kind of cornerstone bonuses. Let's build this guy out. I think I'll just be lazy and plop down a park. Let's get some more woodcutters because I'm running out of wood. That might be why I don't have any planks. I could buy some tea, maybe. No, I already have tea. What's the other building I grabbed? Was the temple, right? Which is education and religion. So I could go here and buy education and religion stuff, which is wine, if I remember. Oh no, luxury. This is incense. Did you ever play Evil Genius? I did not. Okay, let's go down to like 40. Auto. Okay, perfect. Seems fine. And then maybe what I'll do is even just try and build the temple somewhere. Oh wait, I can just move this freely, right? Yeah, we're just gonna move you to a space that's free, so that I can then get my temple in here. Oh, is this another good one for me? Oh no, I just bought all this nonsense. It probably is. More global resolve is always good. And I'll have to free up some foxes, which will... foxes are better at these harmony events. So I'm trying to build the temple. Maybe it's the tea house, because that's the one I can in theory renew. I already have one of these. Yeah, I do. Okay, so I'll probably end up salvaging this. What's this one? A leather worker. Doesn't... it does some stuff better for me. Yeah, so I wonder if I've heard of it. There was like a... I don't know, Andre, what the pitch for Evil Genius is. Oops, my senses. My guess is you're doing some management of an evil lair, maybe? Would be like my 0th order guess. Because I feel like I know about a game kind of like that existing. But I'm not sure if that's what it is. Maybe I'll cut a guy from the workshop now. Pickled goods. I've got lots of eggs, so we'll use eggs. And I need a way to... Oh, maybe actually this is a reason to make the leather worker. But yeah, now I'm just kind of taking away. Base builder where you play a cheesy Bond type villain. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think this has a lot of that sort of DNA of, what's it called? Oh, something Point Hospital. I think has some very similar vibes to this. Where it's like a lot of... It's like, it's mixing a city builder with like a key and lock stuff. Maybe I actually do need that. No, I do have 2 woodcutters here. Okay. Okay, so 3 storm is going to be pretty frustrating for me. How much am I doing here? I bet I'm almost out of coal. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. There's more over here. So what I'll probably end up doing is destroying this and then immediately trying to build another coal mine over here. Oh no. Okay. And then prioritizing this. Yeah, 2-point hospital. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, I don't have amber. Okay, so we have to go and do one of these, but I don't think I have enough to open any of these caches. Yikes. Okay, so I have to go and make some real quick. This would take me 2 minutes to get the 6 I need. I can only sell 4, but we'll just start getting some more out there. There's 4. Oh wow, this is a great deal. Alright, how's my happiness going to be? Not very good. So we're probably going to start burning stuff at some point. Are any of you going to kill me? Earth resistance goes down. And a -2 to resolve for people that are not in houses. Which is not ideal. That's certainly true. Okay, and I can rebuild. Like, a thing with these mines that I didn't do with the last one is you can build them deeper, but you need to spend resources that I don't have on that at the moment. Okay, now that people are starting to get sad, let's cut this and burn some of this. Okay, that gets people happier. Oh, I waited too long. Oh, balls. So I'm going to lose a harpy. Yikes. Low on fuel. I'm halfway through, so I have to do some, like, this is the thing that's not great about this game, to be honest, is like you can sometimes get a, like, I sometimes do some like juggling, micromanaging here of like, this is coal per minute, so I can like, do any of you guys just come with a surplus of fuel? No, you don't. Okay. So I can like kind of cheat out some extra time. But I'm gonna now run out of stuff, and I might run out of fuel entirely here, which is actually going to be worse for my run than just letting a couple people go. Hopefully these guys get some coal. Yeah, so I'm gonna lose probably like quite a good chunk of people. If I lose enough, they'll actually start getting bonuses from the queen being impatient because of the rebellious spirit. Which is exactly what happened. The forest stuff went down. I lost a couple people. It's definitely not what you want to have happen, but it definitely happened here. Okay, now we get everyone back. We'll take in some people to replace the losses, because, you know, that's what you want to hear from your governor. I like getting some free barrel production. Okay, wow, my foxes are very, very happy because I'm providing them with skewers. I've gotten most of them in housing that's designed for them. So, all good things. Everything's coming up foxes. Can I build some of these harpy houses now? No. Another thing I can do to help lower the forest anger is to get another hearth going. I really have a good spot because I'm actually staying pretty, like, narrow. You don't have porridge. You do have biscuits. So let's just buy some biscuits, I guess. I guess I gotta start also opening up some more glades and stuff. Some more dangerous glades in particular. Alright. Oh, can I move you in here as blue decorations? No, it's harmony, right? Yeah, so if I go and make some more harmony-ish things, but... okay. Sorry, I'm just now mumbling to myself incoherently, because I have not introduced a lot of these mechanics. Stamping. Do I want the stamping mill? Maybe? What did I decide? I don't want this. I probably do want this. I still have no lumber. Ah. Okay, I should probably be picking up some of these guys. Ooh, Weaver's actually pretty solid here, I think. Oh, it's a big improvement on things I care about. Okay. Tea house. Do. Okay, so we're... I find that the last couple of, like, the game has this weird parabolic thing where you just start zooming up this as you get going. Because, like, once you start getting, like, happiness-based ones... Ooh. How am I getting these? I'm not really at the moment. Whoa, what? How have I run out of farms? I guess I can set up another one, right? So I might just need to start doing that. I guess I'm, like, consuming all the grain. this wet season is going to be brutal. I'm going to lose a bunch of people again, I think. I don't see a good way around it. Maybe I want to put a limiter on some of these guys. It's like I've got like over 100. Let's make you like 90. 90. We'll save these. Okay. So Fox is trundling along, being quite happy. And now the rains come. So I could cut all my wood cutters to go down to 3, and then probably put 1 back. I've built a temple, okay. So now I want to get people in this. Is this not quite going to do enough? Don't really have the resources to burn. I'm going to have to anyway. Let's get more people in the mines, maybe. I might be able to play a little bit of a dance of doing some favor dance. Get me through part of the winter. Could build a human house finally. Oh, and that might do enough. Because impatience went up. And so this went down. And so we're going to survive, it looks like, without any major issues, which is great. Oh, probably actually because the religion started kicking in. Which is what you like to see. I'm going to have to buy more religious stuff off the traders because I don't make it myself. So they consume incense and education to provide, and scrolls to provide education and religion. Humans get bonuses from religion, and then the harpies get bonuses from education. Oh, I don't really need this small trappers camp, do I? I can free this up. Okay, we're in a very nice spot now. Okay, I need to like build a second hearth, get some more housing going. So I've somehow gotten this far without really housing anyone, which is kind of wild. Okay, let's open up some more glades now. Okay, but now I'm going to be getting 0.4 reputation per minute, which is not bad. I mean, I probably should have looked at meat specialization. I very rarely get a lot of meat, but I definitely am this time. Planks, being able to produce scrolls is obviously nice here. So I might actually just buy this lumber mill so I can start making scrolls, though it's not super... Like, I know the recipe and it's not super favorable for me. I'll buy some porridge. This should be okay. You know what? We can probably, like, sell some of this for some of this. With it 0.8, that's fine. Okay. Let's make this, right? Yeah. I might actually need a second woodcutter's camp just to chop things down with enough speed. 2 people at 30 without being housed is kind of bonkers. I might finally be able to build some of these decorations. We'll put some funguses next to the church. 80, 110. Coal is just a very good fuel. Okay, there we go. I can just build like another house. I'll be very good here. I need to build some harpy houses anyway, so we'll put some harpy houses over by the church. That's not even nearly enough, but I should probably just keep building them. Go there. Am I able to even produce any bricks? Oh, I have a lot of stuff. Okay, cool. So I'll turn off my plank production here and turn it on here. Don't really have either of these. That's what this is for. To turn those guys into that. What's my current? Yeah, sure, that's fine. Is this stuff I've seen already? I think it is. So tavern is really good for foxes. It's okay for humans, so it's probably what I want to go with. Oh my goodness, I never put people in this. 5 minutes trade routes. Let's grab some amber quickly. Okay, I don't think I want to sell away my copper bars. They're kind of useful. What type of water do you use? Because I could probably start using some of these other types. But where's my tea production? Maybe I should just throw my tea consumer down. Probably should. Can't move it though, which is a bummer. I think what I'll do is I'll just hope that I can move into this glade quickly. Okay, this is an annoying one for me, I think. I can just use some parts on this, I think. This is gonna, I forget what searching the lower deck costs me. Hostilities increased by 330%. I don't think or not percent, just 330. So I can't touch that till the storm clears, I think. But I can go Hearth, Bathhouse. And we'll just clear this out next year. And we'll probably win on year 9. So we're on year 7. I think we maybe 2 years is pretty plausible here. Because my people are actually pretty happy, which is always nice. Harpy houses. Let's go and just build some. 2. let's take everyone off of camps. That helps a little bit. And I can actually put quite a few people back in camps. Oh, and if I cut this, it's going to help. Humans need some help. Can I just house them? No, I can't. Okay. Did Eerie Fog kill people? It's Eerie Fog. Did I forget to clear something? Doesn't look like I did. None of these are Eerie Fog. Oh, this is Eerie Song. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Because I was at 5, they perished. Okay, and now I can just favor humans, and we should be all set. We'll survive. Cool. I probably won't take these people right away, because that seems a little bit silly. This stuff I can throw away. Oh. Probably only have 2 packs of provisions. Yeah, that's fine then. Okay. Can't really put more people in woodcutters' camps at the moment. But once I get this up and running, I will be able to, I think, because this will buy me another woodcutter, basically. Oh, that's where I'm getting... okay. Hey, have a good night, Lacey. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll be back to Netrunner full-time next week, I think. I just been enjoying scratching the itch playing this game, so... yeah, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully this is somewhat parsable. Oop, Firekeeper is missing. Oh, I missed the Harpy result taking a low. That's unfortunate. Okay, but I should be getting some more people here. I'll use one of my rerolls. Okay. Got lots of pipes, so we'll go here instead. Then we're going to go to this. Need to get 2 foxes on this right away. So increase this, which is going to make the forest mad at me, which then makes all my villagers scared, but I think we'll survive. Oh wow. Okay, so we'll buy this tea production. That seems quite good. Got plenty of tea. I've got some ale. I'll want some wine. I wonder if I should just do this and grab all the wine I can. And then I guess also all the training gear I can. No, I don't have a thing that consumes that. Okay. So we'll go auto on this. Still don't have enough lumber. Holy moly. We'll put the tavern here and hope that I can get a hearth in range. But that seems a little bit silly. Maybe it's not. Maybe I just take the tavern down and move on with my life. Alright, and this is plus Harvey Resolve. Oh, I can unfriend humans, which is usually good. We'll get some... Man, just can't make enough lumber. I must be consuming it with something. I don't need to be. I don't see a recipe that's consuming it right now. I guess those makeshift posts, but I don't have anyone on it. I think I just have a lot of lumber needs, I guess. Okie dokie. Do I want to put down anywhere else? Okay, is this done? Yes, this is done. Okay. Now we have baths. Coal production rate is 25% faster. Nice. Hey, have a good night, Alex. Sorry for taking the delay, and you know, for those of you who are stuck around, thanks so much. And obviously, y'all signed up for a Netrunner streamer, so do not mind as you guys trickle away. And I hope you guys. I don't see you next week, though. I think I will be streaming next week, but. You have a good holidays if I don't catch you the next time. Okay, yeah, I think I can just like straight push for a win when I get the tavern built. Because like my resolves are so high. Yeah, I'm not gonna quite win, I think, before the end of this year. It's gonna be kind of close. It's gonna get me, if I can complete, I can open up 2 dangerous glades, which I can do. And then burn 2 blight rot cysts. Do I have 2? I only have 1. So I can probably just favoritism the humans here to survive. Let's try and build some houses. Okay, and there we go. Alright. Yeah, so that was an hour and a half, maybe a touch more, but that's a run. So thanks everyone for hanging out. I think that's going to do it for me tonight. And next week I'll be displaying with Arasana all over again. We can enjoy that together. Till then, have a nice week, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.